should do it. We are live. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Legacy Mythal Campaign, episode 76, which is we're getting close to the end. Let's see what happens today. But first, a recap. Last week, the heroes landed in the forest 2 miles from Rose's lair, and upon noticing a simian watching them from high in a tree, Luna informed the creature that they were looking to talk with the dragon. The simian sent a message out through the forest and said that the group would be expected. So they continued on and made it to the dragon's lair without incident, and were met by 2 immense giant apes at the mouth of the cave. Then Rose appeared in the cave and conversed with the slayers of Tiamat, who convinced her that they were there to try and warn her about the real danger Ashava Shadewalker and the new ritual were to her. The ancient green dragon was wary, but listened and seemed to carefully consider the warning. That is when another group was heard approaching the cave, and from the woods on the other side of the river appeared 4 wearers of purple, 2 dragon souls and 4 dragon wings, carrying 2 large chests between them. The leader, Trodalf, called out to Rose and asked who she was talking to. As they conversed, Hef spotted a humanoid crouching in the shadow of the mountainside, and Luna's eyes were able to pierce the heavy shadows and saw a woman that matched the description they had been given of a Ashava Shadewalker. The heroes alerted the dragon to her presence, and she walked out confidently as if to talk, but then flew forward and into the air, and from her hands bright arcs of spellfire encircled the great ancient green dragon, and the cult of the dragon envoy began attacking the giant apes and heroes, while Trodalf prepared to cast the ritual. But the fight didn't last long, as Alamir cast Meteor Swarm and killed the entire cult envoy within seconds. Ashava flew forward in a rage and almost dropped Alamir in a single blow, but was then finished off by Rose and Hef. The ancient green dragon questioned how a creature who wasn't a chosen of Mistra could channel spellfire, and the heroes had no answer for that. So she thanked them and said she owed them a favor, and asked that if they ever found out that answer, to let her know. The heroes asked for the same in return, and she agreed to send in the information she learned through the local contacts in the Emerald Enclave. Saying their goodbyes, the heroes left, and after a brief discussion, decided to head southeast to Unther and the cult cell in the city of Messemprar. It is, in fact, the 7th of Mythal, because we messed up last week. How the fly spelled the distance you could travel. The movement speed is how far you can move within an 8-hour period. So it takes the entire spell to go 300 miles. So it actually would have. So you would, and I assume, or actually, I guess that's not so anymore. But you would have. It would have been late in the evening, late in the day, when just before sunset, when you got to the dragon's lair. And so as you want to take off and start your travel towards Messemprar, you're probably going to need to wait till the next day. And it's going to be a 2-day travel.
And we'd ask if it was okay for her if we camped in her woods safely.
Absolutely.
I'm sure she'd have.
Yep, she would have no problem with that. Would make sure that you were safe.
Did you factor in the southeastern tailwind of a northern swallow flying?
You know,
I'm joking.
Unfortunately,
I'm
the
joking.
winds begin kind of push you northwest first, or northeast, so they aren't going to help you. Alamir, at the end of last session, had mentioned in the talk with Rose that he was very interested in researching the spellfire and how this magic is being done. And as the player is not here today, I'm going to say that Alomir does in fact, you're all fine flying to Messemprar. He can catch up with you after he spends some time researching, and so he is going to teleport to Candlekeep and see what he can find out about this magic that has never before been seen within the realm. So it is just the four of you as you wake up the next morning and begin your trip. So,
Tra-la-la.
Finally we don't have to sleep in that tiny little hut.
oh, that's true. You get to
So
sleep
we
under
have-
the stars.
We have two ways we can go. If I know a tree near where we're wanting to head, we can go through the trees, or we can do the mist and fly that
Have you
way.
traveled around this area a lot that you know the trees around here?
That's why I'm going back to check, see.
We kind of went over that before, and you do know.
I was asking in game, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, Illigan would be the closest. Now that I think about it, if you did that,
Bless you.
yeah, no, it's
Bless
not.
you.
That actually doesn't save you, because from where you're at right now, you're looking at. I think I calculated at 610 miles. You could travel to the Yearwood, rest the night, and then travel, and you're just going to be just a little short of Messemprar and can fly the rest of the way on the Griffins. Unless you want to use another spell.
Yeah. Either way, it's the same spell slot level, whichever one we do. So I'm fine doing either one. It's going to take us 2 days to get there, though, correct?
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
It will take you 2 days.
You're the taxi
So-
driver. You just tell us which way we're going.
Gameplay, if we do we'll get to here first and then go there the next day. So,
Okay.
however's the best way to do that. I'm guessing mist.
You so you make your way. You land the end of the first day of travel in the Yearwood, brand new forest for all of you. It's very tall, thin trees that soar high up into the sky, and it's they're because they're so tall. The forest floor is the trees are far apart, and there's not a lot of underbrush. So it's pretty easy to find a place to set up camp where you can easily see around you for a ways. And you spend the night.
I'd spend some time getting acquainted with the trees so I'd know trees in this area for future reference.
Absolutely, not a problem. Who's taking first watch?
I can.
I will. Oh,
Oh,
I'll take last watch then.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'll take first or last. I don't want a middle one.
I can do the middle.
Technically, you only need 3 watches because you just need to rest for 8 hours and sleep 6. So
Yeah, but then what? Everyone's doing 2.5, or you pretty much need 4 watches to get for everyone to get the.
okay, I will attempt to take one in the middle, but I might fall asleep halfway through it.
Okay. So it's going to be so. Which one? The second or third?
The second. I rather get a small nap after I hit my alarm clock than the other way around.
Got it. So let's start with.
Can anybody cast the hut?
Nope, that's Alomir.
Actually, I take that back. Yeah, we do cast
The mansion?
the mansion,
Ooh.
and
Oh, we get the good one now.
we just go ahead and cast the mansion, and we take our break in the mansion. I don't even know why I didn't even think about that because that's less than a level 8 spell, isn't it?
I think it's 7.
Yeah. So yeah, mansion it is.
There we go. All right. You are in the mansion.
The
and
glowing door. That's all we got.
Nobody even has to. Yeah, we don't even have to do rolls or watches. You are safe.
And Alamir
The only
gives
thing we got to watch out for is when we walk out, because there's a glowing door there all night long. That's not standing outside waiting for us. So.
We have a monk to go out there first, or we can send a squirrel.
Either way,
Well, at this point,
now.
yeah, you
Send
got
Alamir
Druid
gets
who
back,
has
he's gonna hear about
unlimited
this.
wild shapes.
you're letting the Griffin's taking over the dining room or something, right? So
Yeah,
all
they can.
inside.
Yeah, they're inside. They're enjoying themselves.
All right, you wake up in the morning, step outside. It's a beautiful. It's cloudy, but it looks like it's going to be a bit warmer than what you've been experiencing up in Pilter. It should be. It feels like it's going to make it into the 50s today.
Oh, it's gonna be a beautiful day.
I lean over to Chinkin, and I go, "Those maids are gonna hate us next time we're in there." And we start pulling all the Griffins out.
Oh! They don't have it. They don't remember.
No. Yeah, they basically they're just created freshly, right?
Yep. There'll be brand spanking new ones. Unless you like those ones. Do you want the same ones?
That's up to you. You wanted to sleep under the stars, and then you gave us a mansion. So
You can still see the stars through the window.
Nice. All right. So you wake up. Luna casts her windwalk spell, and you fly. You fly over the south area of the Sea of Fallen Stars. You fly. You would actually fly over, or just to the side of Mount Tholbane.
Oh, look at that. There's Loch Ness.
And Mount Tholbane, you know, is another place where there is a cell. It is one that is ruled by an ancient dragon. The leader of that cell is a Dracolich.
You guys, he's the one casting. So
And you continue on until you see up in the distance, as the spell ends, the city of Messemprar. It was originally one of the largest cities in this part of the world, within the entire Untheric Empire back during its heyday. It was essentially a metropolis of sorts, and there was a great catastrophe in around 1374, I believe, that caused the Alamber Sea to rush and flood the entire city, and it was in ruins for the better part of the past 130 years. So yeah, and you can see it is just a city of ruins. But you know there's supposed to be a group there rebuilding some kind of area of the city that is now lived in.
if they can rebuild Mythdraenor, they can rebuild this.
Yep. So I assume you all get on your griffins?
Yeah, I would.
Yes,
Yes.
for sure.
All right. So you get on Dream Chaser, Melody, Twilight, and Windcatcher, and begin your flight up to the northern wall. The first signs of the city are the ruins of the northern city wall that rises from the tall coastal grasses and disappears into the sea on its eastern end. Beyond it, buildings that once reached for the skies are now but fractured shells, their interiors exposed to the elements. The streets, once filled with the hustle and bustle of daily life, are now waterlogged channels that meander through the devastation like sorrowful rivers mourning their past. What was once a bustling metropolis has been reclaimed by nature, its glory washed away by a catastrophic flood nearly 130 years ago. And this is kind of just a general sense of what you see from up above. As you continue on, you see the remnants of grand plazas and marketplaces, their cobblestones covered in moss and seaweed. The floodwaters, having mostly receded long ago, have left behind a layer of silt that blankets the city, preserving it in a state of suspended decay. Here and there, the tips of once proud statues peek through the greenery, bearing silent witness to the city's demise. But despite the destruction, there is a serene beauty to the scene. The setting sun, no setting sun. You guys are earlier in the day. But it is later in the day. But it's probably still several hours before sunset.
Is it? How quiet is it?
So it is quiet. There is the sound of some animal cries and birds.
Okay. So we have at least sounds of birds and animals or something. So it's not like dead quiet.
Yes.
Good.
There's the sounds of nature. There's the gentle lapping of water, the rustling of leaves, the call of birds that have made this place their home.
I'm only worried if you can't hear the sounds of the animals or something.
Yep. As you approach the crumbled southern wall, you look just beyond where the city's defenses once stood proud against invaders. A new town can be seen emerging from the shadow of that destruction. Although modest in size, the town buzzes with activity and the indomitable spirit of its inhabitants. Wooden docks extend like fingers into the sea where people, young and old, cast their lines into the water, hoping for a bountiful catch. The laughter of children playing near the shore mingles with the calls of seabirds overhead, creating a melody of life reborn from ruin. Guards, they don't look too well equipped, so probably militia, in simple but sturdy attire, patrol the perimeter of the town and stand vigilant along the docks, their eyes scanning the horizon for danger. And as you watch, their voices begin yelling warnings. And you look more closely, and you see a chilling sight unfold all along the shore. Dozens of scaled heads break the surface of the water almost simultaneously, their eyes gleaming with a malevolent light. Sea spawns, creatures twisted by dark magic and the unfathomable will of the deep, encroach upon the town's hard-won tranquility. The fishermen and children begin screaming and running, but some of them were too close for the creatures as they rose from the water, and you watch as some of them are grabbed by tentacles and torn apart by sharp claws. A church bell, swinging desperately within a belfry in the center of town, begins sounding the alarm to alert the rest of the town to the danger it faces. So you are all flying.
I look over at everybody and I go, do we just watch? Because, these people would have had to defend it if we weren't coming here anyways. See how good this town is?
You absolutely could.
Okay, move on.
You're all in the upper right-hand corner. And you see arrayed out all along. You see the sea spawn. And behind the sea spawn, you see these other creatures begin to appear. I never pulled this up. One sec. D&D Beyond.
20, 30, 40, 50. Okay.
Are we the right scale for this?
Yeah, each block is 10 feet, it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, and there are, and it is, each square is also broken up into a 2x2 5-foot grid.
Okay. It's just some of these houses are really small then if they're only like, 5 foot by 5 foot.
Yeah, no, it's 10-foot squares. So,
I know. I just some of these buildings fit in a quarter of a square or half of a square, so they're like 5 foot by 10 foot wide.
yeah, but those would be, yeah, the smaller buildings. Yeah, those are not full. Those would be like storage sheds and things like that.
Okay.
Some of them, yeah, would be. Some of them are close to like 10 by 7 feet, something like that.
So the little water channel running through is mostly just like a little 2 foot wide creek.
Yes, so that is a small. It looks like some runoff from further in the city on the other side of in the ruins that would have been diverted water from an aqueduct.
Gotcha.
So here, of course, I can't do that, can I? I love it when you can't do that. Let's do this. So the first creatures that you saw, the sea spawns that appeared, are these scaled, webbed creatures. Some of them have tentacles coming out of their bodies, usually just like a single tentacle out of like a shoulder or the chest, or from out of the top of their back. Some of them have quills, spiky quills, protruding, and others others have like these huge fangs that come out of their mouths. So you also see behind these masses, and as you can see, so each of these tokens, that's 4 sea spawns in each of those larger tokens. And then there are these similar looking, or very even stranger looking creatures behind them. So they do have these weird side opening mouths, and these large and these like squid like tentacles coming out of their heads, and they look like they're directing the other creatures. And so as you watch, so some of the so the commoners will be going, but the two down here, these were right there next to the water, and as 2 groups of sea spawns came up next to them and just tore them apart. So we're just gonna. I don't think I can do that. So instead, let me just give them just a tiny little bit of damage, because that's all it takes. And then further back, you see two creatures in the center. One close to the docks, the other further down by the other docks, rising from the water. And these creatures look a little more humanoid. They have, but they have these the strange dark energy swirling around them within the water. I'll give you a little. And that is what you see. You can choose. Oh, Spot, you already rolled initiative?
Yep.
Awesome. So
You're running in. Unless we're sitting back, I asked.
We allowed to take an action before anything?
Nope.
All right.
So go ahead and.
Do our griffins move on our turn?
Yes, please.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll say they can move either right before or right after you. Your choice.
Before, for me.
How far does the griffin move?
According to our extras, 80 feet.
So, and there are a lot more commoners and children and stuff all around. I didn't want to. It would just be silly. I'm just going to narratively handle them because they don't really matter.
Oh crap! I didn't look all the way down.
Oh, for how far it goes?
Yeah, I was only like a little bit on the top part of the map. I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Okay.
the entire coast area here for the town. I think that's everything. It should be. We're only worried about.
Hef jumped off already. He doesn't want to be on the griffin at all.
No, I'm struggling to actually get an initiative roll. Initiative roll to go to the turn order. And I'm not understanding why.
You got to click on your token and then roll. And it
Yeah, I
should-
did. That's why I was moving it to make sure I was clicking my token. Try it again.
Yeah, I don't see the roll though.
Yeah, I don't see the roll at all.
That's the reason why I didn't go on there because the roll didn't happen.
Yeah,
Roll just happened on my screen on D&D Beyond.
it's not going to roll 20.
We don't have young griffins. We have a regular griffin, right?
Well, look at that.
Yeah, it's a regular griffin.
He rolled 6, and then he rolled 11, then he rolled 6, and then he rolled a 15.
And they're not just coming over, huh? That's weird.
Nope. He might have to relink his thing.
So,
What was the first? What was the first one, Jenkins? 6.
I'd have to look at our chat log again. Sorry.
Let me take a look here.
Your first one after spots initiative check was 11.
Okay, that's the. We'll put that one in.
Yep. And then you had an 8. Oh, you had a 11, then a 6, and a 15.
6 and a 15, yeah.
Where do I find the chat log?
Upper right hand corner, right by the little anvil
By
there.
the
Just
anvil,
tie a
yeah.
bubble.
Okay, thank you. Ah, there it is. Good.
Huh. Is your D&D Beyond not your D&D Beyond, your Beyond 20? Maybe that's not updated or on? Huh. Because I'm just going to test something here. If I click from there. Yeah. Yeah, that it definitely works. So it's something with the setup on your end.
Mm-hmm. I got the big B in the lower right corner, but you know what? I'll just tell you what I got, and we have, you can see it in the log anyway, so we'll go from there.
Yep. So I'm sorry. So it was a 6, the first one, or what?
11.
11. Got it. Okay. I'm gonna need to go through and just let's do C-spawn. Oh yeah, that's bad. C-spawn, initiative, and initiative. Oh, look at that. Okay.
I know initiative 1 is supposed to be a loss of a turn as well.
Yeah.
Isn't that loss of 2 turns?
All right. So, someone want to roll a d20 for the militia, and someone else roll a d20 for the commoners.
Sure, I'll get the commoners.
Okay.
What could possibly happen with the commoners? 17.
17.
At 20 for the mission?
Oh, awesome.
So what we learned here is the commoners. This is a very robust group and a very apt, well to do group because the commoners had a 17. The militia, slightly better trained, had a 20. Just saying,
They've dealt with this before, so as soon as they hear that bell, they know to run.
They're agitated. Yeah, they're agitated and riled up. So, well.
All right. Well, those were fortuitous
I don't know if you know this,
rolls all the way around.
But they're all monks. They're all monks as well, and they all have like 120-foot run speed.
Wow, they're better monks than me. Then I only got 85.
Well, they're also those cats. Tabaxi.
Tabaxi.
So the first thing you notice is the militia. So the militia goes first on the docks. They're pulling out. They have shields, spears, and light crossbows. That's all all the equipment they have. So yeah, they're going to go and try to shoot, and you see some light crossbows go out from them, some bolts, if I remember right. Yeah, and you see a couple of bolts hit these creatures near them, with the tentacles coming out of their heads. So we're gonna do. I'm just gonna do a couple of them taking some damage here, because they are definitely not wearing armor. And the other, yeah, the militia that are on the ground, on the ocean, they begin backing up to the corners of buildings and shooting from around the corners. Just move them a little bit and trying to get some distance. The ones on the docks are just shooting from the docks, keeping a safe distance. So yeah, I will do actually these. I'll do some damage there, and we'll do some damage to this one, and some
The
damage
docks.
to this one.
How high are the docks up? Is it something easily those creatures would be able to easily just scamper right on top of, or are they actually?
Could, yeah. The docks are about maybe about a foot above the water.
Okay.
Almost 10 to 12 inches. And then
Ooh.
and then it is Jinx's turn.
So I'm gonna do a ton of things.
Awesome. Let's just say for purposes here that you were flying. How does 50 feet in the air sound? Reasonable?
Sure.
To make it over the wall, like you just kind of flew over the wall as you came in. So, okay. Well, we'll put everybody at 50 feet. Or I'm putting the griffins at 50 feet. All right, Jinx, what are you doing?
Well, I gotta move the icon because I can't grab both because they're on the top of the screen. Okay. Well, Melody is going to.
I lost you. You cut out.
Yeah, no, I didn't cut out. I actually
You just stopped talking.
Yeah, I just stopped talking.
Got it. It's like Melody's gonna.
He still cut out. It was personal.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, need to move 5 more feet. Okay. So Melody flies 5 feet. Can she dash? Since she's not taking an attack option.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So she flies way up here or something. Then, well, if she flies, she could do that. Then I'm just stay way up in the air. Why would I land? No, I wanted to. If I can fly all the way over here, I'm flying up here, and I am going to go ahead and exclude our commoners and everybody else, and I'm going to try to give them a wall to kind of
Wait a minute.
to kind of hide.
What's her speed? Flight speed?
According to the U direction, it's 80 feet, so she could actually move.
So she could go 160. Yep. No, you're good. You're good. Yep. No, that's true.
I think I did the measurement right. I'm at 150 right now.
Yep.
So, okay. So, anyways, I am going to go ahead and cast a spell.
Okay.
Just gonna scroll all the way down to it because we can't have spells that are easy to get to. I've never used this mouse before, so I am not 100% sure how this works.
Okay.
90 equals 90 feet. So let me see this. Just want to get an idea.
What spell is it?
It's a prismatic wall.
Ah. I'm pretty sure because walls are not.
Not clean.
Yeah, not clean.
I
don't think the template includes that.
So I'm gonna see if I can do this instead because it says I can do. I want to see what this looks like first.
Here's a prismatic wall segment. Oh my god, that's tiny.
Well, yeah, it's because you can. It doesn't say you get to
You
have
can
many
mold it
size
any way you
segments.
want, yeah. Every 5 feet, I think.
That's
God.
pretty silly.
Sorry.
Yeah, just draw it physically.
Yeah, I'm struggling with my life.
Just use the regular draw tool. Draw a line.
Yep, I'm just struggling with my life. So just.
Or just point, or just click on the beginning and ending of it, and I can take care of it.
Well, here's the thing. It's just a wall. It doesn't do anything in the end. I just wanted to see how this circle was going to look first. So yeah, I'll do the wall. Where's my draw to again? I apologize for the slowness of my actions.
We got all night. No worries.
What do you mean it does nothing? It does a lot.
We're used to it.
I mean, it does. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure they can just go around it. Why can't I seem to get a good...
So how deep, if we're flying, Tom, can we tell how deep the water is out to the docks? Like, does it look like it only goes down a couple feet or 10 feet?
You can only stand in the water for the first 10 to 15 feet, depending on.
So it drops 3 to 4 feet every 5 feet out. So
yeah, and then it quickly
10 or
drops
15
off.
feet in, it's over your head.
Yeah, once you get out over, once you're 30 to 40 feet out, varying depending on where you're at, it drops. It's a shelf. It drops down pretty steeply.
Okay.
Most of these creatures are treading water when they're coming up on the top, except for the ones on the shoreline.
So the tentacle thingies are...
it's all one line. Damn it.
Wait, you had it.
Yeah, I screwed it up, though.
Control Z, undo, put it back. If it were that easy.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Shit. Which Control Z would actually work like that? Oh my god. I'm so sorry. This is not intentional. I wasn't expecting to have to draw today.
Got to bring out your creative self. Yep.
Sorry, we just don't have the crayons that you're used to.
Good enough.
Here.
Anyways, it's a really weird looking wall. That's a 90-foot wall, 30 feet high.
Hit escape to make it take, because we can't see it.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
So anyways, a wall appears, and it is bright. But all of the commoners, because you can choose to exclude anybody you want to exclude, all the commoners, the whatever men, our people, the griffins, are all excluded from the effects of it. But it gives 100 feet of bright light. Anybody who starts their turn within 20 feet of it has to take a save or be blinded to start off with. And they can go through the wall, though.
Yeah, they're not going to wall, but they might try. It's just colors.
It's just colors.
Just bright
They're
light.
from the deep. They don't like light.
But at least it's one of those, I could throw it down and then I can feel like somebody else can do something with it. You know, they
Well,
can do
yeah,
something
someone
with it or
tries to walk
whatever.
through the wall. That's basically, it's almost like walking through a meteor swarm.
Yep. And that 60 feet from me is the range. That's what I was talking about. It's not the actual
Okay.
whatever. Anyways,
Got it.
boom. There's a wall up in the thing as a tall wall goes up. Bonus action, I cast evac on all the citizens.
Well, these citizens,
That doesn't work like. No, I'm good.
The ones on the docks are kind of stuck.
Yeah, they're screwed.
The ones
They can move through friendlies, can't they?
20. Well, yes, but if they get the ones out here on the ends of the docks, like by the time they get to the shore, the creatures are going to be there, so they're almost safer where they are. They're like hiding behind the militia. On the bottom, though, those two down there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They like book it. 1, 2. Okay. 3, 4. Yeah, they're all running. I'm just gonna kind of move people out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Did this militia man run or stay there when it was
The
his
militia are staying, especially as all of these, because I mean I'm moving some people, but there's a lot.
Even
more
the
than
guy
that.
on the bottom that's all the way out by all of them? Or would he have ran back to his friends to... Just asking.
Oh yeah, so
This guy down here.
So that guy, I totally forgot about that one. Thank you. He was on top. He was standing on top of the ship. So when they came up, he wasn't within reach of them. So he's going to back up and drop down.
I would just think he'd try to refortify with his friends or something.
Jinkin, can spells be cast through that wall that you put down?
You're muted.
I know non-magical items can't get through there, and magical range attacks can't pass through the orange layer. And the green layer.
So there's multiple layers.
Yeah.
So he's really cast something weird.
Yeah, it's.
So he just says, probably not. No.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Use a telepathic little bonding we got going on. I do the little Professor X thing.
I mean, I don't see.
You don't see what?
Anything that prevents
spells. That's the orange magical range attacks can't pass through the wall. It doesn't necessarily say spells. It just says magical range attack.
attacks can't pass through.
But if you have like area effect thing that's going to be after the fact, that's not actually to hit. That's different.
Yep.
I got a chain lightning. And I get it once.
I would assume, yeah, like Firebolt would be a ranged magical spell that probably wouldn't go through. But lightning, chain lightning, I don't know. Because it ricochets?
It is also opaque, so you can't see through it.
Right.
So I can't target anyone.
So cast it on a guy that's on an end and let it ricochet behind the
wall. Yeah. I got a plan. I just got to know if I can go through it or not. Right?
Yeah, I think you create the magic on the first target, so it wouldn't. Yeah, because it's definitely not a range attack. All right. So what happens here?
What happens there?
Well, no,
They all magically die because a god snapped his fingers and we win.
So
all these ones with the little orange marks on them, we'll have to. Nope, not that one. Last one's not a mark.
So these tentacle creatures up here, 1, 2, 3, are gonna come up here and come up on or right next, and they're going to attack. First one's going to attack the militia. Probably not going to go too well. They pull out. They have these wicked looking battle axes made of like bone and some kind of spiny, some kind of like sea
That's no
creature.
militia. That's no militiaman. That's the captain of the guards of Waterdeep. He just happens to be in town as part of the militia, and he's a level 9 or 20 paladin.
An 8 does miss though. An 8 misses even the militia. That's the first attack.
I'm trying badly.
So 2 battle axe or a bite and 2 claw. Yeah, it's going to try a second one. A 12. A 12 just hits. 19 damage. And yeah, this guy does not have 19 hit points. You see the axe cleave through the just the light leather jerkin and go right through the shoulder and the clavicle and just rip right into the man's heart, and he just crumples to the ground. And then the next creature gets up and stands on him and lashes out at the 2. It is so this would be an old man and like a middle
grandson fishing
boy. What's that?
An old man and his grandson that were just out there fishing.
Yup.
Were they wearing red shirts?
You're so mean.
They might as well.
Killing little kids.
It's gonna bite the old man. 7 damage. The man goes down, and then claws at the boy. Yeah, and the boy goes down.
What are you doing? Stop it.
All right. So these, they're being attacked by their 2. Going to do the same thing, and so I'm just going to say that's what happens to these, and all those are going to go down. This. Let's try.
Well, the lower ones that were marked had to get blinded, right?
The what?
The ones that had the orange marks on it, whatever one that was here and here.
Oh,
They're
that's right.
within
Which
2 feet
started.
of the
You're
wall.
correct. Thank you. These 2. So both of these, at the start of their turn, because they are within 20 feet of the wall. Are they? Yes. Just the other one just barely is.
Yep.
Needs to make a saving throw. A Constitution saving throw or be blinded. So here we go. They need to make con saves. I don't even think they can. Ooh, a 22. That saves, right? Okay. So
Muted, Jenkins.
So the first one, the one on the top, is blinded.
You're muted, Jenkins.
Yes, for 1 minute.
Yep. Now, do they get saves at the end of each of their turns?
How do I know, man? I never did this thing spell before.
I would assume if they're blinded for a minute, they
You
probably
read it
don't.
while I'm doing this. So this one made it save. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and goes up here. And I'm just going to say only
No.
has the ability to take the militia out, and is towering menacingly over the townsfolk. Then there's.
And no, they don't, by the way.
Okay, interesting. So it is.
What is a level 9 spell that's easy to avoid otherwise?
But he is blinded, and being blinded, he is just going to move forward, and
Does he walk into it?
Tries to pass through. So roll the damage as he tries to go through, At least
Well, the
when you reach
the
the
first-
first one.
Yep, the first one, the first layer is red,
Uh-huh.
and that does have a save against it, though, I believe. If you want to say
Red,
run a save,
uh,
must be. Is it all con saves?
it must all be con saves.
Oh no, it deck saves for the layers. It looks like
Oh, yeah, dex
deck saves
saves
are for the layers.
for each layer. Okay, so
Yep.
dex save, which is even worse. Yeah, how about a natural one for a 2?
Fire damage.
37. So you watch this thing walk into, and it screams as it burns to a crisp.
Nice.
All right, con. Did I already do the con? No. So another con save for this one down here. No. So this one is blinded too.
I don't know how you want to mark them. I just threw the orange thing on there because I needed to let you see which ones they were.
Oh, I appreciate it. No, that's very helpful. So then we do the same thing, and we'll just use the same 37. That's fine. Unless you want to reroll.
It doesn't matter because if he gets through that layer, he gets hits with the next layer.
Yeah. But
we want to know what all these layers are. Let's see.
What was that?
But we want to know what all these layers do, so we got to see.
yes. All right.
Well, the
that's
next-
two
next
of them
layer's
who have
acid.
got- But now that they've done, well, anyone who isn't blind will see what happens, or they hear the screaming. But if they're blinded, they don't know why. So these will.
Demoralizing for them. They're all going to run now, right? They just all get blinded, and then they hear screams of all their friends around them.
I'm going to move up there. Yep, they're 30 feet.
So
30, 10, 20. Nope, not enough. So then they're going to 10, 20. They're just going to run.
So
yes.
as they moved within 20 feet of the wall, they also have to do a con save or be blinded.
Oh, that's correct. You're right.
So
when these two like get up like this, we'll just put them there.
Sure. They would also do their con saves or be blinded.
21?
Walk
they
towards
fail.
the light.
Because it's
Keep
a 22,
walking
right?
towards the light.
Yep, 22 is a save.
All right. Then they are both blinded. And they just stop right there. They're just both going to stop. So blinded.
So what's the name of this wall?
It's prismatic wall.
10, 20.
I like.
This one would have gotten within 20 feet too. Ooh, that was almost a natural 20. All right, so there we go. Another one blinded. And just so it's easy for you to see on these, I'll actually do it this way. I'll do. I'll just put the red mark on them. That's actually easier, because then you can see which ones are blinded. This one though, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. Actually, this one would go over there. And that one's heading over.
That guy didn't get to move yet, did he?
Oh, you're right. You're right. That's a different guy. Thank you. That's that guy.
Mr. Bigwig.
I just I moved my character because I moved it all the way. I forgot I moved him all the way before when I was drawing stuff. So I just moved him back to the spot. He didn't actually. It doesn't affect anything, but just so you know where he really was.
All right. And finally, we're to spot.
Finally.
It's been a long, hard road, but there's the spot.
Okay. The Griffin double moves to there, and I give it the order to attack the things coming out of the water. And then I will use my dash action so I can fly, and I will fly down to the dock and
Nice.
attack him.
Nice.
So that's my dash action. So I'm just going to get normal attacks, technically.
Okay.
$15 to hit,
It hits.
14 points of damage, and I'm going to make it ice damage because they're coming out of the water.
Okay. Ice. Yeah. They take full damage from that.
Figured, they don't like to be a little chilly, so.
And you smack right into the creature. You instantly bloody it.
And then I will do another attack. And that one should hit for a 17
You hit.
for another 13 points of damage.
Okay. And it is looking really rough. This creature just barely standing.
My 2 actions. And then I already did my bonus action. It's all I can do, I guess, then, right now. Right? Yes, because I can't flurry because I don't have any bonus actions left. So that's it. That's all I got right now.
All right.
Maybe I will move. I will move to the other side of the dock there with them, and so that they're both in combat with me if they decide to walk away.
Got it. No problem. All right, Hef.
Alrighty. I'll be moving my guy to here. And I'm going to go down just above the roof line to cast a spell.
Okay.
And then after I cast the spell, I'm going to go down. And my target is going to be... Let me make sure I got the distance. Yep, I do. Can't go through there. So we'll go to this guy. Yep.
You might be able to see over the wall. The wall is only 30 feet tall.
Okay.
Where are you trying to get to?
Yeah, because the wall's not super bright
Yep.
to us, right, Jenkins? Because you excluded us from it.
Can you see my arrow, Tim?
Yep, I do. I gotcha.
Okay. Okay.
So, got it.
From the effects, yes, but yes, it does shed a super bright light from for the first 100 feet, and then more light from 100 feet beyond that.
Okay, so
But-
it's still super bright. We just don't. We can walk through it and not get affected.
Yeah.
All right. So I am burning 3 charges, casting chain lightning. It is a dex save. It is 10d8 damage. It lands on the first target, and then it jumps to 3 targets within 30 feet, and then does the same, or is the same damage, or do I roll again? Must make a dex. Failed save. I'm not sure about that.
I think here it's so this is chain lightning.
Chain lightning. Yep.
No, not Hane. Chain.
Heinous lightning.
Nasty lightning.
3 bolts and leap from that target to as many as 3 other targets, each of which must be within 30 feet. A target can be a creature or an object and can be targeted by only one of the bolts. Yeah, you would only roll the damage once.
Okay. Okay. That's.
then
I wasn't sure if it was. Yeah. Okay. All right. Dex save, half damage. If saves, full damage if not.
To as many as 3 other targets.
Dex 17.
Roll high. Roll high.
Dex 17, huh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's plus 0. 5.
42 damage, half. Nice.
And the other ones, so then it's going to jump to the sea spawns. There are 4 of them. I'm just going to say it hits all of them. They're kind of working as a group. And they have -1 on their decks. So yeah, 3's not going to do it. So they're going to take full damage. And
D&D Beyond said he rolled 42 damage.
Yep, 42.
got it. Okay. So 42 off there, and then this is easily, and that is enough to just fry electrocuted in the water and blood splurting out of their mouths and through their gills as the whole group just goes sliding under the waves.
Fantastic. Okay, and then I go underneath the awning or the roof just so that they can't easily target me.
Okay, no problem.
Still flying. I didn't land yet, so maybe 10 or 20 feet off, or whatever the height of the house is.
Yeah, it's
Or
not that high. I'll put you. You can do just under the edge. Say hovering around 15 feet. Maybe probably be a little less, but
Okay.
that should work. Okay.
Okay. Turn done. Thank you.
Awesome. So can I move both my griffin and myself, or does it matter who I move first?
Yeah, no, you. So the griffin
I can
fly
drag over
somewhere.
both of them, Steve, and you can move them both at the same time.
Tom yelled at me last time I did that. I'm joking, by the way. All right.
Click and
So
drag and select both, and then you can just left click on them once and move them both at the exact same time.
and they can go 80 feet.
Or
So
because the griffin, if the griffin isn't attacking anything, you can just
You can double
you
move.
could do 160 like Jinx did. You could go up to 160 feet.
I'm going to go down here, and where do I want to do this? Because we got these down here, so I need to be, how close do I need to be? Wall of fire, I need to be within 120 feet. Okay, so that's good. So let me do this again. I'm sorry, I'm slow.
It's all right. Where are you trying to go to?
So that puts me at 80, and then let me see here. Does that put me in? Now, if I do something like, say, like Wall of Fire.
I mean, so that's 80 feet, and you could go. Like I said, you could go. So Twilight could fly you up to 160 feet, and then you can still cast your spell.
Okay, so we'll do another 80 feet.
Okay.
Let me measure
like
it out.
You wanna
So
be like flying above the house right there. Whoops.
Yep, somewhere just. Long story short, I am going to throw a 60-foot wall of fire in this area, basically. So you want to throw up a wall of fire for me?
Hold on one sec. That's so you could go down to the south. Wait, show me again where you're.
This area, I'm throwing up a wall of fire, 60 foot.
Okay, so you're easily within range.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to draw it. The wall. There is no graphic for that.
Okay. So
you just want to ping where you want it to start and where you want it to
So
end.
I'm picking up from what I'm seeing from wherever that prismatic wall is. I've seen these guys be affected, so I don't know how much further it goes from there. So I know that's being affected at least to there.
Okay.
So
we'll
there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 foot right there.
Okay. So we'll do it like that.
Yes.
Okay.
And I just extended his wall. Not as pretty as his, but
Or just a little with a kill zone right in the middle where they killed the township.
exactly. And I know I'm gonna move it down 10 foot. Let's see here if I can move it.
4,
Can you move it
5.
down 10 foot?
You want it to move down 10 feet?
Yeah, because I saw these guys here get affected. Logically, I wouldn't know how much further, but I would start it from where I
But you
knew the
haven't
effect
seen
would
them.
probably
No,
stop.
you
I
haven't
did
seen them
not
get
see them.
affected yet.
Yeah, they
Okay.
haven't gone yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't know if they'll be affected or not.
So I saw these two get affected, so I'll
No,
put it right
none of
there like
those.
you got.
You wouldn't even been able to see any of those once the wall went up.
Okay. I still want a hole where I can kill them, so.
I mean, if you want it to be moved, I can move it. You want it moved down
Nah,
like
that's
that?
good.
What's that?
That's good either or. Because I was wanting to keep this block from coming in
Okay.
and basically funnel them into one area.
Well, I mean, anything can go around. They can move around the wall.
Yes.
But if they're right in front of the wall, whatever is right in front of the wall is immediately going to take damage from it.
Yes. So we'll just leave it right there.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm slow today.
That's all right. Wall of fire. When it appears, each creature within its area, which at this point is just the ones up on top here, make a dex save. So go ahead and do. Is this base level? What is that?
Yes, I'm doing this one at base level.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the damage. All right, and they're going to take full damage, and they're definitely hurt. Those four, as the fire goes up, as the wall goes up, the flames lick out, and you hear them scream as their wet skin smolder and immediately dry and then crackle and burst into peeled pieces. Anything else? Is that where you're gonna stay, Luna?
Muted.
Muted. I'd say yes, I'd drop down where I can just barely peek over the top to see what's going on.
Okay.
And this way, see what's happening, but still have cover and protect my griffin with cover too.
I will drop you down to like 20 feet. Okay.
And that's it for me this turn.
Okay. First thing. So.
Did the ones on the far end take any damage? Down
No,
here?
because they're not within its thing. Although we could have angled a little more. You know what? That's
Yes,
fine.
I would have angled it.
Yeah. Well, we'll just assume it's angled. We'll get them. Hold on. Let me do this real quick.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they'll miss their save.
Sorry to be a pain.
No, that's fine. That's perfect. So that is going to be another 27. Oh, and actually, how are these? That's wrong. Oh, because they had already taken damage. This group had already taken damage, so the wall actually
Finished them off.
finishes them off. Yeah. All right. So
We got half the beach protected.
Jinkin, are you still flying 50 feet in the air?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You hadn't said you were going down, so that's perfectly good. So, go ahead and roll a perception, Jinkin. Just see if you see it coming.
Nothing would make me happier than to roll a perception check.
Or actually, you could use your.
My actual perception check is 13. Otherwise, 19 for passive.
your passive is 19. So you notice, even with your passive, even 13 is good enough to notice, because you're looking around, you're watching, you can't see through your walls, so you'd be watching around to the sides, and you do see this creature crawl out, hobble out from underneath the docks, and if I can grab it, and this creature is, roll me an Arcana check real quick, just to see if you recognize it for whatever reason. A 26. Yes, you recognize it. You recognize what this creature is.
It's a Trask.
It's called a Nagpa, and it is this powerful. It was a once powerful wizard that, according to the histories you've heard of it, had interfered with the Raven Queen and been cursed by her into this scabrous bird-like creature, and rendered them able to acquire new lore and magical power only from the ruins of fallen civilizations and great calamities. They are still, even in this form, very powerful spellcasters. So that was one. You are 50 feet in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure, let's see, 50, so that would be, the way I do this is, would be 25, 35, 40, so it would have to get to there, which it can get to. So it crawls out, and it quickly hobbles over to this spot here. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And looks up at you, and it is within 60 feet, and it is casting a spell. I don't know if you have...
Not with one. I think I have this prepare stuff you have to do anything with.
Got it. And so, and when it finishes,
Yeah.
I need you to make okay, where, oh, you know what?
Chicken butt?
Really? Oh, there
Really?
we go.
Really?
Wisdom saving throw. It's a wisdom saving throw. I was like, "There's no saving throw." I'm like, "How is there no saving throw?" I know there's a saving throw.
Oh, I can fail this one pretty easily. I failed it, pretty sure.
Yes, you definitely did. You feel the creature's mind invade and take over your own. And
Oh, this could be fun.
but as it does so, a warm feeling comes over you. This is an old friend. This isn't just some strange creature that you've heard stories of. You've met this one before, and it's an old friend of yours. They are very.
It came out of the water within 20 feet of the wall, right? Did it check its blindness?
He's got a point. He's got a point.
Is it both directions?
It's the wall.
Anywhere within the 20 feet wall.
The only reason why the placement matters is because then they have to pass through it, or else get damaged. That's always why you get so close.
Because most walls are one directional, so I didn't even think of that. That is
Level 9 walls.
Okay, well, let's do this. Wow.
I mean, not to disrupt your cool spell, Tom.
No, that's cool. So you know what, though?
Otherwise, you might not be able to see him.
Makes sense.
Then let me go back. I've got to go back here then because, let's see what happens.
Oh, because he was near closer than that then.
He was what? He was. It was within range. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. It would have known what it was. That's one
Yeah.
thing.
But if it started his turn too close already.
Man.
I didn't know where he was.
Yeah, no, I didn't even think of that.
You did I because I didn't see him.
Nope. That's fair. That's fair. And it's a con save, which is not quite the worst saving throw for him. All right. Well, that's really. So let's do this.
Sorry,
Wait,
he
and
went
it's a
by the wall.
22,
I'm like,
isn't
wait a
it?
minute, he was within 20 feet.
All right. I don't think this is going to matter. So, all right. So never mind. Nothing comes out. You do not see anything.
I imagined something. I had this flash, and I don't know what it was.
So
Why am I daydreaming in the middle of somebody a town getting sieged? I don't know.
He thought you saw a bird, and then you
Okay.
didn't.
Anyway, back to what actually happens. Oh wow, that's awesome. Okay.
I like that spell,
Yeah, no, that's
It's a good spell.
and it's not concentration.
Even better.
Okay. $60. All right. So these two creatures in the back. The one here. So the one is one's in front of a wall of fire.
Yep. This one's damaged. This one's not.
Yep. So this is going to. He's going to move up onto the dock.
What's his path to get out to the dock?
Going this way. Just straight there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, straight there.
I thought you were talking about. I was looking at the other one.
No. All right. So yeah, we're gonna do this. It's not gonna be a bit. All right, and it gets up on the dock, and it begins to speak. It's going to be speaking in common. And it says,
Oh, praise Bahamut.
"Creatures of the land, Rethgarel has sent us here as emissaries of your doom. You are to be his thralls, and you shall serve him now or eventually. There is no escape." And I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
Even me, way up on top.
Everyone.
Can you hear him?
Everyone within
Ocean's
300
really loud, though.
feet, which is everybody.
He's loud.
Yes, he's very loud. It is booming. It's magically projecting out from him, and there's this.
Yeah, he gets me, man. I'm like totally into this. Thrilled me completely, man. That sounds like an amazing party.
So Luna and Spot save. They 16 for Hef, that saves. So only Jinkin is affected by this.
Yep.
Jinkin, you are frightened of the priest who just spoke that.
I am frightened of the priest that just spoke that.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Um,
That's not the worst.
no,
thing.
it's not the worst. And just real quickly, now the important thing there is the so maybe the commoners have all run far enough away that they just hear voices around them and they just keep running, but the militia are all afraid of him.
So as long as I fly down, I won't be able to see him anymore. Now I won't be frightened anymore.
Technically, when you're frightened of something, you can't move closer towards it, can you?
And you have disadvantage on a lot of stuff, and if you can see him.
Yeah. If you're
But,
feared. Which
Yeah,
would be
I'm like, I don't know why I'd even be looking at him. No.
so
So if you come over by one of us, we'll just slap you, make you do a Constitution saving throw. If you fail that,
Snap
you'll
out
no
of it.
longer be frightened of him. You'll be frightened of us instead.
So the other one will go straight over here. Is that 10? Not quite.
Nope.
And he gets up on. All right. He gets up on here and can move, and will move here. And from there, he can see wind feather, but a wind chaser, but he might be within range of Spot. I think he is. Let's take a look. Quick look. How close is he to Spot? Oh, it's not snapping. Why isn't it snapping? He is exactly 60 feet from Spot.
I say 65 from center to center.
It is center to center at 65. Let me do some. Let me let me see exactly. So that would have been 10, 20, 30. Actually, he could have only moved right there. I moved too far anyway. Okay. Uh, 60.
Oh, he's 70 feet away.
All right. In that case, coming up out of the water to just around your ankles, Spot. Because
I'm on the deck, technically, because I said I was on the deck fighting these two just so they wouldn't run away from me.
Well, the spell is going off under your feet, but you're on the edge of it, so that it's not going to affect his minions. He's casting Everard's Black Tentacles, so it's a dexterity save.
$27.
27 makes it, so you are not restrained, and you are going to actually, I don't think you take anything. I think it's it's an area effect anyway, basically. Oh, and actually, it would be when you start your turn there. All right, so you're going to be able to step out of the effect. Doesn't do anything. All right. Yeah. So let's just move this along. All the sea spawns. These actually all did actually Wind Chaser was still in the air, wasn't he?
Yes, he moved straight over at whatever height we were at, and I used my fly speed to come down onto the deck.
Okay. So they're just coming in.
But he has orders on his next turn to attack them. So.
Oh, and this one would have come up onto the docks. Actually, from there, would have been able to get up onto the docks, and I'm not even gonna. That's an easy kill. I'm gonna say all of these here. I'm just gonna delete them. There's no way they're surviving any of that. They're either incapacitated or otherwise. It's just not worth taking the time to make all the rolls. For the wall of fire, what does it say about when you start your turn there?
Let me display it again.
No, don't display it.
Okay,
Okay.
let me. I displayed it earlier.
Yep.
If you scroll up.
I've got it right here. When it appears, it takes the same damage when it enters or ends its turn. All right, so they're just going to move. Well, that one right there. This one is out because it's being affected by the prismatic wall. Yeah. So let me just get rid of these. This is going to move up. 10, 20, 30. So they're going to move like that and that. 10, 20, 30 is just going to move up. 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. And this one has no choice. Just out of range. 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. Actually has to move back here. You can do that. All right, that's all they do. So one militia died, but that's it. Yeah, the militia. They're going to do a little bit of stuff. A Jinx, what do you want to do? I think you're muted.
Yeah, I tend to do that to myself. You don't want to hear me talk all the time. I know you don't. Sorry. Frightening creature has disadvantage ability checks, attack rolls on the source of fears within the line of sight, which I guess they kind of are. Can't willingly move closer. Okay. So I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone here.
Mm-hmm.
Melody is going to fly over here, attacking this band right here of whatever these guys are.
Okay. Yep, the sea spawns.
Yep. She flies over with me at her back and attacks them.
All right. Roll an attack roll.
I am looking at her attack roll, so just give me a second. Looks like she gets 2 attacks.
Yep.
It's a weak on the first attack.
And a 23 definitely hits.
For 12 points.
Okay.
And
through one of them from behind.
Yep. And then there's a claw attack, which probably doesn't hit.
10 does not hit.
Yep. And I easily jump off and kind of move over here so they can kind of she can kind of pick up part if need be, and I will sorry, I'm contemplating how I want to do this. I apologize.
No problem.
These groups are like a big mass groups, I take it.
They are. They're working in conjunction. They're groups of 4 just working together.
Perfect. Since I don't have a concentration anything because that wall's just a thing, I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pattern on all 3 groups, and it's going to get the commoners too. But I'm casting Hypnotic Pattern.
It's probably for the best. It'll probably save their lives.
Yep. So Hypnotic Pattern is being cast.
Okay.
On the commoners or the militia?
Whatever those are. Oh, militia.
The militia in the middle,
Yeah.
right?
It's just the militia and the 3 groups. They're all only going to be hit by it. Not Melody. That's pretty cool looking, by the way.
All right, it's yours to control. Place it where you want it.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool looking little box. Actually, I kind of like that one.
That's 30 by 30. Wow.
So Hypnotic Pattern goes off, and they all hopefully look like they're chasing little lights in the sky.
Okay.
Because I apparently like my little rainbow shows.
So Melody's getting dinner and a show.
Mhm. It's a dinner theater.
All right. Wisdom save, right?
It is a wisdom save,
All
as
right.
listed in the thing.
So, ooh. Nope. But 16 doesn't make it.
Plus 0?
Yeah.
They can't even save.
No, they can't even save. So, although I do, well.
Yeah, because you get bonuses on times for 20s
they
anyway.
did really well, too. They rolled really well.
Yeah.
Really well.
And the militia probably are going to be a little.
Yeah, no, they're all affected. They're all affected.
Okay, cool. And how far away am I from? I give because I believe he's close enough, right? And I give inspiration to Hef
All right.
as he's up there 60 feet away. Oh wait, it's more than 60 feet because of you're going with the angle. Never mind.
He wasn't that tall. He was
Okay.
he was just up at the top of the
just
problem
saying
though
top of
is
the building?
that he actually he's not inside of you because
Okay,
he was
that's
standing
fine.
below the tops of the
That's fine. That's
You
fine.
can give it to Windcatcher. He's within 60.
We're good. We're good.
Okay. All right.
I've given it to one beast so far. Only one beast, and the one beast I gave it to was a dragon.
Nice. The commoners are running. These will disengage and go leaping off the edge of the and swim as far away as they can.
They come from the water and you're leaping into the water. Oh.
The commoner, his name is Michael Phelps. I suggest he gets a 90-foot run swim speed.
Yeah, all the rest of them they're like running away. All right, everyone's running. And then after the commoner, Hef. You see the commoner screaming, running behind you. You're looking around from your position behind the building there, and Luna, since you're still flying above, just above the building, I believe, or you were down at.
Yes, as partial cover, but where I could see over the building.
Yeah, so you're not actually going to have sight of this. Only Hef. Behind you, Hef, you see a woman appear through a gate, and she is running. So that was like 24. She is running forward. And she has dark hair. Looks like she is wearing some kind of black and gold armor and various jewelry, quite exotic looking. So this is what she looks like. And you wouldn't recognize her by name, especially not Hef. Hef has never met her.
Oh.
I think I did that. Yep. Okay. There we go. And she was actually.
Her looks have changed over the years. Obviously.
Yeah. That happens.
She stole it. Oopsie.
So I do mention we have an incoming person. Don't know who it is, and coming up behind me. So just heads up, everybody.
And I'm not putting them out there, but she has following in her wake a number of various people that look like they are. They have armor and weapons. They actually look better trained, minor at least at some minor level than the militia. So she is leading a contingent of some type of guards.
She against us, or I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
All right. So the scion. So Spot. You have two of these creatures right in front of you.
Yeah, and I just beat one to the pulp with just 2 little slaps on the face. So, are they scared of me? I did use my, what was it called when I did the fly-in thing? It was technically my dragon unfurled wings. So I kind of had these dragon wings as I flew down to him. I didn't use I should have used my other ability too, which would have scared him, but I didn't do that.
Well, they both turn and look at you, and they both screech this high-pitched wail right into your face. And I need you to make 2 wisdom saves.
Glad I put the point into wisdom. That's a 20.
At 20 saves.
And
16 saves too. So, all right, you saved on both of them. You feel this wave, this shock energy wash over and through your body, and you just kind of open yourself up and let the energy pass through you, and it doesn't affect you at all.
I embolden my key and it just passes around me. It doesn't go through me.
So then, wow. This scion. All right, let's roll a d6. What's it gonna do? It's gonna run forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would it do that? Running towards Hef? Sure. That's what I rolled. It's running towards Spot. Running towards Spot. All right, Spot, your turn. You have 2 in front of you and another coming up, running fast up the dock. Breath of the Dragon, right on the 2 in front of you?
Yep.
I don't know that they can dex save. It's possible. Let's see. There's a fail. There's still a fail. So that is 24 damage. So the first one.
Cold breath, because again, I'm doing cold since they seem to be affected by it.
Okay. The first one just freezes and falls onto backwards and into the water. The second one is frozen almost completely, and there's just cracks appearing all over its scales.
Okay, then I am going to do my bonus action for Aspect of the Worm. For 1 minute, I radiate within 10 feet of me a frightful presence. So he has to make a wisdom saving throw of DC 20 or become frightened of me for 1 minute.
Failed? Both of them, or just one target?
Well, the other one won't get it until he gets within 10 feet of me.
All right, okay. I'll pre-roll it.
And then I have resistance to, as I get it, I don't know, we'll just go with lightning.
Okay. Resistance to lightning. All right, so they're both going to be afraid of you.
Any of my allies that are within the 10 feet too, but, they're not here, so.
Yep. All right.
Maybe you have allies of fishies.
Yeah.
You're not Aquaman.
Hef.
Alrighty. I don't know her, you said, right? I'm not familiar with her.
You have never seen her before.
So I don't know if she's friend or foe yet.
I'll tell you what though. Make a luck roll, because you've been with
Okay.
this group. You've known you've known these people for many, many, many years. So 2d10.
5.
A 5. Nope, you do not recognize her at all.
Okay. Then I will stick with my plan, and I will move down to, where did I go here? Yeah, down to here.
Okay.
And I assume that's a building of some kind, 10 feet tall at least.
Barely 10 feet tall.
Okay. So again, same deal. Just gonna hang there, do something, and then duck down just to get out of the way. Okay. And I intend to hit this guy,
Okay.
or at least give it a try.
Go for it.
Okay. I am using sharpshooter.
Uh-huh.
We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
26 to hit.
26 hits.
25 to hit.
25 hits.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
I was still
Okay.
waiting for a 24.
All right. Damage. $25 plus 20
45.
plus 25.
45, so 70.
Yes, and I will action surge.
What does it look like?
Oh, never mind. I won't action surge. All right. The 3 arrows go catapulting through the air, one after the other, seemingly almost like one after the other, and they manage to hit him through his nose or head or whatever he has for the middle of his head.
Yep. Oh yeah. So this guy, he is sitting. He's standing there after making his proclamation, beginning, and he's just starting to walk forward and cast a spell when the arrows hit him all his chest, jugular, right through the skull, and he just flies back into the water.
Beautiful.
Hanging off the end of the dock, the upper body just floating up and down, streaming blood.
And at the end of that, Hef says, "Thank you, Zemsta. Thank you, Bahamut. I appreciate having become an adventurer." And my turn is complete.
Excellent. Luna.
So, quick question. I think we missed some enemies. This enemy here, this one, and this one. You took care of the ones on the docks, but did these 3 attack the militia
you're
there?
absolutely correct. They came forward. They killed the militia. And
Okay.
and would have been moving back a little further in. So
And
that's what
that-
they would have done. Thank you.
Sounds good. Just trying to help you.
Yep.
But in that case, can you throw up a reverse gravity? It's a 50-foot diameter.
Yeah, let me just get rid of the wall. 'Cause
Yep.
this,
It served its purpose.
Yep.
It funneled them in.
Let's see, back. All right. Place it where you want.
Awesome.
Here, I'll move it down. Whoop, you're not down there. Where are you at? There you go. Yep. Go for it.
That should get everything I see, right?
It does.
They going up 50 feet.
And then they're coming down? Or are they staying?
They're going to stay up for at least one round.
Okay. They are all 50 feet in the air, just flailing around.
Yep. I'm being nice. I want to make sure I don't have any commoners or anything in there that I didn't see.
Okay.
I'll ask Hef over the earpiece. Would you like to take target practice?
He's gonna
Look
set up
up.
spike traps.
Nice. Love it.
At this point, looking around, seeing the magic having affected almost like well over 90% of the forces. This last piece on the dock up here, down the dock from Spot, yells out. He says, "Breathgarol will return. You will pay for your insolence." And he dives into the water and disappears.
All I heard was wah 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 wah.
He's going after the commoners.
Yeah, there are no sea spawns. Well, actually, no, there is a group here. And now that basically the retreat signal has been given, 3, 4, 5, they get into the water and they begin swimming away. But they're basically underwater. Jinx, your turn. You're muted.
I am muted.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty consistent about it, though. I am consistent.
That's right. I mean, like,
Um,
I
So
got to look and say, is he saying anything? Is he
Yeah.
just moving his lips?
I do move my lips from time to time. Just I'm popping the song internally and whatever into my head. Melody is going to continue to tear them apart as they go with advantage and everything else to just kind of tear apart the hypnotic people.
Okay. Yep.
But I am going to turn, and I see this guy way down here, like right here.
Okay. Yep. That one.
He's 120 feet away, and I am just going to unleash a torrent of Eldritch Blasts.
Ooh. Nice. Nice. Okay.
Yep. So there will be 4 Eldritch Blasts flying at the guy.
I got a question, Jenkins. Since you did hypnotic pattern, does the wall go away? Are they both
The hypnotic or the prismatic wall is not concentration. It's just a wall.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Ninth level
That's what I was wondering. I was just like,
Yeah.
Ninth level magic, just OP. They all hit.
Yeah, I'll hit. Okay. So
9, 10, 11.
some small rolls, but whatever.
All right. It's still bloodied. It's bloodied from the hits.
And I don't see anything fearful to me, so I am going to.
Yeah, you're no longer feared. He's dead.
And I move up 30 feet and yell out to him, "Run like you're a coward!" Whatever the argot was. Run like the cowards you are! And go. Done.
Nice. All right. So the commoners run. The woman, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3. And she comes up to here and stops. And you see the militia nod reverently to her. And she comes up, moves all the way up to here. Actually, she'll move to here, be looking at the prismatic wall, looks over, and nods at Jinx.
Yeah.
So I have to
Where's
point
Poopsie?
out there are only two people who actually physically met her. You've seen her, but to meet and talk to her and maybe so Jinx, go ahead and roll make a I don't know an
History check?
intelligence check.
I'm trying to remember who the two were.
Yeah, she she you look at her, you do not immediately identify who it is. Tie her to the woman you knew in the past.
Okay. Well,
But
she does look different.
she does definitely look different.
She looked more Egyptian before.
Yeah. Yep. She's still exotic, still has the same dark hair and eyes, but definitely different.
Does she have a fairy dragon?
No, she does not. Actually, remember that fairy dragon ended up was at the Well of Dragons. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, it jumps into the water and goes swimming away. The other ones can't do anything. This one can. Oh, this one can. This one's right here at Spot. Is afraid of Spot. Spot, it's going to jump into the water. You can take an attack of opportunity on it.
Heck yes. That should hit.
14 does hit.
Well, 25 to hit, 14
25,
damage.
14 damage. Sorry, I thought 14 would have hit too. Yeah, and you just smack it.
I trip it and slam its head into the floor or into the deck as it crushes.
And it doesn't go anywhere. And it's a leg and an arm dangling off the edge of the pier. And I think that's where, and all these are gonna. So over the course of the next 30 to 45 seconds, you can take care of all the rest of these out here. These, when they come down, probably all of the sea spawns will probably die from the fall or be extremely heavily injured, and the other ones can quickly be cleaned up.
I just want to see what his wall does, so if I get down there in time, I'm throwing them into the wall.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage, different types of damage that happens in very quick succession. Just boom, boom, boom,
as
boom,
you
boom, boom.
get through each layer, and you have to do a deck save after each layer.
7 different
to see what you
colors,
get.
7 different layers.
I want that. That's nice.
I think it was fun. I was like, "Ooh, this is going to be a fun one."
Yeah, that was cool.
It's all just each layer is only 10d6 though.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah,
Like
that's
goes-
still 70d6 if they get through all 7 layers.
Yeah, and they're all different though. So like, first one's fire, then it's acid, then it's force, and then it's
So you need
poison.
a sphere of invulnerability to roll through it, basically.
I
you
don't
have
know
to
if that
take
works.
each layer down with a separate spell.
Yeah, and you have to do them in order too. So the first one comes down, you have to hit it with at least 25 points of cold damage. The second layer, you have to destroy it with a strong wind. You have to use a spell to cast it, like a super strong wind.
Well, if we ever run into that where we have to fight it, I'm just going to ask you, how do we take this thing down?
Yeah, and then there's a wall, it takes force damage to take down, and then there's another wall that a pass wall spell use on it, and then the blue walls use fire on it. Then Indigo, there's one, and then I think there's one wall that actually you have to use dispel, and that's the last wall. It can be dispelled.
So
The best part is that anti-magic field doesn't work against it.
I'll figure Spot was down there throwing stuff into it. So you're all yeah, looking at talking about the wall, cleaned up everything, um, all the bad guys taken care of, or fled, and you this woman is just kind of there. There's a bunch of militia and the other guards around her, um, and there is a splash, and out of the water at the end of the dock, you see this huge, muscular Sahuagin rise up out of the water, and a female next to her. Yes, you can go save. They'll swim back in. I assume the wall goes down.
Yeah, it goes down after I don't know however many minutes it is.
Yeah.
10 minutes. It stays up for 10 minutes. So.
Yeah. Oh, but it doesn't go down until after 10 minutes.
Yeah, it says 10 minutes and it's not a concentration spell, so I'm not really sure how well that works as far as
So you can't bring it down even if you wanted to.
yeah, as far as I know, it's just up.
Okay, well then it's still up.
But I would have flew around and we would have, saw them swimming and pick them up and get them
How
back.
high does it go?
It was 30 feet in the air.
Oh, you could fly over it then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's easy enough to do.
So yeah, let me just grab these. Whoops! How come I can't let that go? I can't let it go. There we go. Now I let it. No, I still haven't let it go.
I know it is difficult when you get a hold of it. You're like, where the heck is this the grab point on it or whatever?
What the? I mean, I've got it, but I don't want it. I don't want it. I'll tell you what. We know it's there. It's gone. There we go. We'll just get rid of it. It's all gone.
As long as Ladria doesn't get too close to it because she wasn't here and I didn't know to exclude her.
No, that's fine. She does not get close to it.
Big gust of wind.
And you see the commoners come up and they say, and you hear them hear the old this older woman say, Lady Ajinga, what? Thank goodness these others came and we're here. They have saved us from these. What were they? Merfolk? What was that creature and the name that he said? And she says, "Do not worry. It is not something that I think we cannot prepare for, and make sure that we are safe in the future. I will make sure to research and find out exactly who that was that sent us, that attacked the town." And it's at that time that the Sahuagin, this heavy muscular Sahuagin, and this smaller female dressed in almost like flowing robes of like seaweed, step up onto the dock, and the male looks out and just around the edge of the probably have to step forward a little bit to look around it, the edge of the wall, prismatic wall, and he goes, "Lady Ajinga, we saw the attack and came to help. I see we are not needed, but we are always at your aid if you need us." And she goes, "We are always, your help is much appreciated, Blade Master Olahan. I am sure there will be times in the future when we can surely use your assistance. And as always, we shall continue to work with you and your village. And and look favorably upon such continued kindness. Thank you. And he nods and turns and jumps back into the water along, and the woman follows him. Well, she says, turning around her and looking at all of the group as you gather round. Ah, we are much blessed to have the heroes of Hill's Edge here helping us. So what brings you all to Messemprar, or New Messemprar as we call it?
Who here would recognize her?
Luna, you have the greatest chance because you were with Alamir when he went and talked to her directly, if I remember. Or no, I'm thinking something totally different. This is a totally different thing. So everybody except for Hef can make an intelligence check.
Do I really want to remake one after you already had me make one before?
No, you don't get another one.
That's
Although
what I
you
figured.
heard the name though. No, you heard the name now.
Yeah, I feel like the name would be pretty easy to remember.
If you remember the name, so you go ahead and.
As a person with a bad memory in real life, I remembered the name.
So make an a history check since you've heard the name.
Oh, history.
Or your intelligence did it anyway.
Yeah. The intelligence, it's not with a +3 because my intelligence score with no, that's a save. I'm clicking the intelligence, but it's giving me a plus anyway for whatever reason. That is a flat 10. My intelligence is a flat 10. So either way, it's 18.
Okay. So really, so Spot, she looks familiar, but you can't quite place her. But Jinkin, you have put the name, like now with the looks and the name, you definitely remember. You recognize her
about
from
the dragon yet.
10 years ago.
The poopsie. A little bit of poopsie in our life.
And I would say that for sure, Hef, Jinkin, and Luna would all notice that she's has an air of confidence and power and authority, but she is very nervous.
I guess seeing that she's nervous and everything else, move up and get off Melody because she might turn around and try to do something wrong. Get off and just ask her. So, are these attacks normal in this area?
No, this is the first time that this has happened. There are dangers, of course, and there are those. We have seen such creatures around, the scions and the sea spawns. Those have come around and bothered our fishermen from time to time, which is why we keep a militia watch on the shores. But those priests, and all of them working together. I would have to do some investigation into this, but I believe, if I had to just guess from what I've seen today, that there is the name that was spoken, the power that we felt, was from a kraken of the sea.
So we need to find a gorgon. Sorry. A kraken. Look nervously around. Those ever come on land? I've never seen a kraken before.
No, but there is certainly, as you can see, the krakens have great power and ability to control, to twist, to create servants that have the ability to go where they can't.
As I look at her, do I recognize any of her regalia or anything on her?
No, absolutely not. She has, there is, you see in some of the filigree on some of her, like her bracelets and some of the, and rings and stuff, there is draconic imagery, but it looks nothing like anything you've ever seen for the Cult of the Dragon.
Interesting.
If only we had
So have
that
any of
cultist
us
still here.
have we any of us tied together that she was formerly Cult of the Dragon and may still be attached?
Only, so far, only Luna. Or not Luna, I'm
Oh,
sorry, Luna.
okay.
Only Jinkin.
Oh,
Has Jinkin told us yet?
I'll be honest. I can't remember. And when we separated a long time ago, she was a bad guy to us, wasn't she?
So, all you know is that she was in charge of the cult. So, yeah, you would think she's a bad guy because she was in charge of the cult members who killed, and in particular the one cult member who killed your brother.
Well, is he really dead though?
Well, no, but
I mean,
he threw the dagger that made your brother disappear.
Yes. In my recent past, I've been much more lenient to it. Green Dragon, more like, hey, yeah, let's help you out instead of fight along with it.
Would you let us know who we're dealing with?
I would mention it to you guys. Spot and you would probably have the most remembrance of it. I would mention it to you guys through the little telepathic links that we got going on. Half might be going, that's a little before my time, by like a week.
Hef has probably heard about it.
Yeah,
So
we probably talked
the
about it at some point.
was really just to see if Hef had ever gotten a detailed description of what she looked like to be able to have a vision in his head that was accurate.
I mean, all we did to try to remind him is play the Bangles song "Walk Like an Egyptian."
Has the look. Yep.
Okay.
Given her, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I walk up to her, and you ever seen the movie Payback?
Oh man, I know I've seen it, but
So the guy pickpockets the guy. He's like, whatever, and the guy, just whatever. I walk up to her, kind of walking around her, kind of, being like, and as I'm walking around her and seeing how nervous she already is, just be like, I remember you.
I was wondering if you would recognize who I was.
Was she involved in somehow harming my family? Just curious.
No, she wouldn't have been.
Okay.
I do ask her if she's the same person that she was when we knew her before, or has she changed some?
Yes, the there is things here in the east are done differently. I am much happier being able to run a piece of the organization here as opposed to the west. I was never comfortable with how things were done there. And then at that end, she looks to the townsfolk and she goes, I must talk to the heroes a while, please. Go make sure everyone is safe and your families are safe and all calm down. We shall have a meeting later today or tomorrow to talk about how we shall prepare for future attacks and any future threats that may come. And they all nod and go walk it further into town. So I assume that this is no chance meeting.
Well, the fact that you're here is kind of by chance, because we didn't come here knowing you were here.
So now that I think about it, though, you did, because the
Oh, did we did?
information it
Oh, yeah.
was in the information that Alamir had and shared with everyone.
I'm going to stick with my story and just keep going the way it was. By the way, I did pickpocket her. And
Yep.
I'm going to go with it because I'll be honest, he didn't remember that. And I was like,
Well,
Alamir sent
To
us
be
this way.
fair, very often Alamir spouts stuff off and no one pays attention.
He says a lot of things, and just
He
like,
does.
oh, shut up. And so I don't know if I had to make a check for that, but I'm just pretty much saying, like, yeah, I don't remember that. And if I had to make a deception, I mean, I can make a deception. I mean, either way, it's pretty high.
No, I'm not worried about it. Yeah, you take something from her. It's probably going to be a personal item of some minor value.
Yeah. It's not really a big deal. I just did it because I didn't like her and I wasn't going to attack her, but
Yep. Got it.
Melody smiles and nods.
Yep. Melody starts scooting a little closer. So why are you here? Did you just happen to be flying by?
We heard there was trouble in the area and we came to see if we could lend our assistance. Given our pass and your pass, we're not vengeful in nature, but depending on which side you are on, yeah, obviously we're here to protect these town folk, and it appears that you may be too.
Of course.
I'll leave it at that.
This is my home now. We look after these people. And you do notice now that you recognize who she is, and some of and they're not close by, but they're within 20 to 40 feet away. Some of the guards that she came with, they're dressed differently. They're not in standard regalia, but they are definitely more higher ranking, or not. They're actually not higher ranking. They are cultists, but they have the same type of unusual, unorthodox dragon signia on their clothing as well.
Does it have many heads?
No, does not.
I figured I'd ask,
Yep.
Does it resemble a specific dragon color?
No. No.
Do we want to continue this conversation on the beach, or is there a more private, comfortable, secluded place?
Are they first of all, before we do that, are the peasants taking care of and militias taking care of the dead bodies?
Yeah, they are. People have come out. They're gathering up the dead militia and um, like getting rid of the other dead bodies, but they're gathering up all of the dead militia and townsfolk. And
I
they
think that
do at Ajinga's um, order will go and grab the priest and pull him up and take him, and they actually put him on a separate I forget what it's called, but they're going to carry the body, and they carry the body back.
Litter.
A litter, yes, back up the street and through the gate that she walked through. If you, I mean, in it's obvious from what she says. The order was basically to grab the body of the speaker for research to find out more about who they are, what they are, and where they came from.
okay.
The wizard that we kind of parlayed with, that gave us information, did he ever mention her specifically?
Oh, that guy. Yes. He did not mention her. No, he didn't. He mentioned all he did was mention that this was one of the places that he knew Ashaba had visited.
Okay. I'm debating how we want to approach Ashaba. In my ear link, I asked if anybody else has an idea how to approach that.
Uh, from a military standpoint, what does Hef think? Since he's now our military mastermind.
He has nothing to offer at this time.
Figure I'd throw him on the spot.
He's continuing to observe for future analysis.
He's just enjoying the ride, saying, "I'm an adventurer. Look at me."
I guess why? What was the Ashaba? Did we take her out?
I thought we did, but did she get it? She get away?
That's why I'm sitting there going, wait, what happened here? Why is this person being brought up again? We took out Shadewalker already. That was the one we took out.
She's in your portable hole.
Oh,
you mean this one?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that we went ahead and threw his body in there.
Yep.
Wait, wrong one. This one? Oh, okay, fine.
You dump it out one time, all of a sudden it pops out like, I was wondering where that body went. Wow. Sorry.
So, I mean, she keeps gently prying, questioning, trying to find out why you're here.
Yeah, okay. If that's the case, yeah. I'd be like, well, and we do like the little you pull the head out of the hole or whatever, just kind of like you just pick it up by the hair and pull her right up. Oh.
And you see Ladria Hijinga's eyes get big, She nods. She's like, that is very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So then
Yeah,
you are following a trail of where she has been, yes?
you could say that.
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, Adamir kind of directed us this way, but
I think there is much I can tell you that you would find very interesting. Please, let us go to the academy and sit and have some refreshments. Perhaps some dinner. It is getting close to time, and I will tell you an interesting story. I'm sure. I'm fairly confident you will enjoy.
We do ask if she was close friends with this person, or
Oh,
as we walk
no,
that
no,
way.
no. No, no, no. Not at all. Believe me. I will explain it to you over some drinks. Come, come. And then she
leave
begins
her.
to lead you and she says, your griffins, there is room, plenty of room nearby the academy for the griffins. Um, there are stables, are open yards. There is a lot of room in the ruins of the city.
The other question is, do we actually believe her?
I won't even have you roll with your passives. I'll say yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Because I was about to ask that too.
And given that Jinki's
anytime somebody
passive
says
insight
believe
is
me,
25, so
anytime somebody says believe me, it's like
yes.
believe me, I would never lie to you.
So she takes you to a place, and there are only a few buildings on the other side of the wall in the city, in the ruined city, that have just begun to be reclaimed. And from what you see, it's going to be a very slow and an arduous, tedious process to reclaim and clean up the old stone structures and buildings and rebuild the parts that have been destroyed, etc. Clean out a lot of the areas that are still have floodwaters in them. But there is what looks like what may have been a church at one point. It's unclear who. Church of who? Maybe an All's Face church. Would possibly be a good guess. But it is a large stone structure, 3 stories tall. Actually, it was 4 stories tall. The first 3 stories look to be fully intact. They're working on the 4th story. There's a nice grounds and courtyard to it. And it is called the Abir Academy, Abeir, which in the local language stands for Abir stands for worm, so it is effectively the Worm Academy, which makes sense as to the
Cult of Dragon
the
Worm.
dragon insignia. So while this is a cult cell, this is kind of the front for them here, in a way where they can be out in the open and interface and work with the community. There's a decent number, but not a huge amount of cultists, and it looks like for the most part, they are base level initiates, and some of the minor clerics. So Ladria, takes you to an eating hall. You sit down. There's a nice meal, mostly seafood and vegetables. There is some nice wine. and she tells you a story. That
Get my popcorn out.
What's that?
I said get my popcorn out.
Yeah,
Sorry.
get the popcorn out. She says that. She says so. When I first was approached by Ashava, I was very interesting. She appeared from nowhere with in-depth knowledge of the organization and its operations, both here and in the West, in the North, and at a level that none but the highest levels are privy to. Even as a leader here, there is some things that I do not know. And so I reached out to Indrith Shala in Westgate, who Shava had said that she had gone and spoken to as well. And Indrith agreed with me that this woman knew too much, and what she offered, this new ritual, and what it could do, whether she could truly pull it off or not, was not something that we trusted.
Is that linked to the Spellfire?
Spellfire. I'm familiar with Spellfire, but is that how she could do such things?
Well, I don't know.
Last time she attempted, she was not able to do what she set out to do, though. That's why she's in our box.
That's, again, we're just asking if it's connected, if you know anything about if it being connected at all.
No, but
Okay.
actually, that would make a lot of sense from what I know. Let me finish my story, and I think that connection will be made for you. So, we did not know what to make of this woman, but we reached out to Threskel and talked to Alaskar Banbastos, the great bone worm of Mount Tolbane. He was both confused and outraged. He immediately began researching how such magic could be done, and ended up consulting with Elminster of Shadowdale, who somehow he has a connection to. Elminster concluded that only a chosen of Mistra would have such power. Thus the connection, as I said, to this Spellfire. And the only chosen of Mistra, a former chosen of Mistra that Elminster knew of, would create such a spell. And that is the former chosen known as Samaster, the progenitor of the organization. The Great Worm, as he was recounting the tale of how Elminster reacted to the thought of the Mad Mage having somehow returned, yes, it was... I take it he wasn't the least bit pleased. As for Lasker Bambastos, Indrith and myself, we are all worried, or were worried, that our founder's madness has only increased over the centuries of whatever state of undeath he has endured. And we are not the least bit interested in aligning ourselves with him. His ways have always proven disastrous to our goals. But that is the story. Interesting, yes?
It is.
So
So
what
as I
oh, go
as
ahead.
I think back, we were supposed to come here to prevent another from being changed too, right?
No, because you
Or
killed
no,
the
we already done that.
you killed the Ashava, who,
Yep.
to your knowledge, was needed to conduct the ritual.
Yeah, as far as we
We're-
know, we should be good in that aspect. At least
We're
the
just trying to
Dracula
figure
said.
out. We're trying to figure out how it was happening.
Yeah.
Right. And who might have given her the spell in the first place. But I assume none of that is out in the open in front of her. And
No.
she asks, so what exactly were you coming here to find out? What are you looking for?
We just wanted to know how the ritual was being completed, and we figured if we could track it back far enough, we could find out.
Well, we have not even seen the ritual done, only heard about it.
Oh, I know, but somebody's heard about it. Somebody's seen it.
My guess is you will only find those details out from the Mad Mage himself, if he indeed is the person who created it.
I'm gonna sound dumb here if I ask where we might be able to find him.
But are you going to ask?
I think I know. Any ideas where he might be right now? Just in case he did come back.
And you're asking her?
Yes.
Well, I would say the place that is rumored to be his birthplace is the only area that he has ever reappeared. So both the site of his original death and when he re-arose as the Witch King some 240 years ago, something like that, was in near his original homelands of Cormir.
Ah, here I thought he was from Waterdeep. Getting this wrong all this time.
So,
Is there a way we can get a message through to Alamir? Basically, send a message, ask him if there's anything he would like to ask her.
you guys had the ability to communicate with him until you woke up this morning.
Yep.
But does anyone have a sending spell?
Not currently. I don't even know if I even have a sending spell ability. I have to look.
No, druids don't.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
And I don't have my level 9 slot to give you that spell for a freebie.
Yeah. I do switch back in with what happened today on the shoreline, seeing if they do need any more help with that. just see what's going on here with that.
Yep. And she is really would be is very interested in any help that you can give for defenses.
Any idea when the isn't there somebody here that's trying to set up a little outsets? Would that be Hef?
Well, he's always trying to expand the Griffin Empire.
Yeah.
But what I feel like they need is they just need to get back to having some walls and some towers, and they'd be able to take out these guys pretty readily by the seams of it, and some good ballistae.
Walls would definitely help. So an early warning system. I mean, her general idea is you get a good early warning system further out in the water, and then people have time to get into the walls. Like there are walls already. You could go into the inner, leave all the buildings, the town buildings that are outside the city, and use the remnants of the city walls as battlements.
Yep.
Yep. She does offer that if you did want to, well, actually, you didn't ask her about being able to communicate, but you see enough about her to know that she is a cleric of some type and would possibly be able to do sending.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know her well enough to trust her.
Okay.
To say, yeah, he said this. Yeah, okay.
We could reach out and say, be like, well, we do have a friend that may be inquiring from you a little bit later on. Is this your main town that you use? This is our main town, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
She says, yes.
So
this is her place of residence, full time.
You may be getting a message from a colleague of ours. They may have some more further questions. Please do your best to answer.
Of course. Very happy to help. Could I assume that might be Alumir, who is not with you today?
Yeah, he's got his head stuck in a book somewhere.
He claims it's a vacation, but we all know better than that. While we're on those subjects, I do ask if there is a portal circle or anything that around this area.
She pauses, and you can see she has a few thoughts go through her head, and she goes, and to what purpose are you looking for? Like, you have your own magic to be able to travel, correct?
Very true. But in case one of our friends wanted to come visit you or help bring you reinforcements, or y'all come to us. And then speaking of, if you don't mind, I may make some friends of some trees around here, being a druid.
Oh, of course.
I gotta cut him down.
There are a few. There are some trees. Not the closest major forest is the Methwood to the south. But you will find a good number of trees around.
Okay. I may make a few friends around, but it'll be for good purposes, nothing bad. Hey, I'm a tree hugger.
Oh, God. You just don't want to walk in on that.
Yeah. Yes, there is a portal, but there is a direct connection to one other portal from here, and from there you can go to multiple places. But We have one that allows us to travel to the gate in West Gate.
Would this be one that we know of, or
No, it's not.
more private?
No, you. That's why you had to fly here, is because. Oh, in Westgate, you knew there was one in Westgate. Yeah, you know that just south of the city was one of the places you could have teleported to from the north.
I do ask if it'd be appropriate to ask if we could be able to take directions back to Alamir in case he wanted to port there from there to here. I'm just trying to think of things he might ask.
Well, Alamir seemed pretty confident he could get back to you.
Okay. And he knew where we was going, so he probably... What other questions do we need to ask about this? We get the feeling she's not as scared of us. Well, she's probably still scared of us, but more confident we're not going to kill her at this point.
Yes, she's seeming a little more confident. Still wary, still uneasy, but not scared.
Cast Ray with people went on her. Kidding.
So, and I'm pretty sure like, to her knowledge, none of your family, like she didn't know that was your brother, Jenkins. So, to her knowledge, it was traumatizing, but she doesn't know the full truth of what the connections were, and so that's why
and,
she's kind of not mentioning anything else, letting it
and
go.
to be fair, 20 years later, or 20 levels later,
Yeah.
however many years later it is, there's a lot of things that have been accepted over the time.
And it is 20 years later, yes. It's
Okay.
It's been 20 years. 20 years and 2 days at this point.
Oh, that's right.
So when you, the day that you talked to the dragon and killed Ashava was actually the anniversary.
I do ask if she knows any of the other leaders at the other cult sites.
She mentioned two of them. And that's...
Yeah. Did she ever mention the wizard that we
no,
talked about?
She didn't. And are you going to ask?
I do ask her. We've heard of this wizard at this area. If she knew anything of him.
She's heard of him, but she doesn't know him.
Okay.
She's heard the name. He's been around a long time. Long time.
Well, I'm trying to discern if she's kind of like him and not totally in with the old ways of the order. Which I think I'm already picking up a little bit of that.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely seems like the environment here is more community focused, more helpful, more, and it's very obvious, like there's a good number of townsfolk here. They could have a lot more recruits, initiates, if they really wanted to.
So it's not forced.
It's pretty obvious from what you've seen so far that it's not pushed.
I do look at Hef, see if he's going to push his business plan or mention his business plan.
Yes, little did you know that having a leg of the Griffin Empire can really help this community get you connected. It's like high-speed rail, but for Faerun. I know what's high-speed rail, but bottom line is we have a number of Griffins, and we are expanding service to various areas. And if you have interest and your townsfolk can handle, a little bit of work and contributing a little bit to help found this, we can actually have you a part of the Griffin network in order to have people travel easier, safer, better.
She's very interested in that. Absolutely. She would help coordinate that, even if she would ensure that there was whatever was needed in terms of resources to make that happen. That would also, at least during the daytime, provide the early warning system that they would need, because you could see the creatures from the air.
Aerial observations.
Yep, and we would help with the training and get them seated and started, train your trainers, and just out of game aside, think of like a sports franchise entering a city. The city builds it, or the city does it. They give tax incentives, all kinds of stuff, because it's something they generally want. Hopefully that's how this is seen. So.
Yep, absolutely.
And I mentioned the other thing, while we may not have the end goals where you look at bringing Tiamat back and we look at preventing against him, maybe in other areas we can work together to provide a better life for all our civilians around us that depend on us for protection.
Yep. That sounds good.
Spot or Jenkins' turn?
I don't know why, but I'm just picturing us all holding hands and going, "We are the children," or whatever.
I do have some special brownies I can break out to help with that.
These smell funny.
So
eat it.
So you have this nice conversation. You have a nice meal. You're offered places to stay here, and it is.
And I'm sure she shows us on a map where the two places he once appeared, or we will know of them real close or real well.
Right. And this is stuff actually. So some of this is actually, people may not have been paying attention, but some of this is in the information that Alamir's research brought up. So, because that research did include Semaster and the history of the cult and of Semaster, a lot of the personal details of Semaster himself. And about that time, as you're just finishing up the meal and the conversation, when Alamir walks through the door. Well, there you all are. And that's where we're going to end for the evening.
Nice.
We should quickly cast invisibility on everybody and modify memory on him so he doesn't know we were actually here.
He doesn't remember you. That would be a long. Yeah, I don't know that modify memory can go back that far.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you was just about talking about us being in the room, right?
Yes. So that ends session 76. We'll see. Looks like we're going to have another couple sessions to go here. We'll see what happens as where you go from here, what you decide, and we'll figure that out next week. So thank you all as always, gentlemen, and thank you to everybody out there watching. We appreciate it. Until next time, may your lives be filled with peace, joy, and love. Good night.